for myself, I never know when it's gonna end. I don't know any of that. It could be next week or it can be 5, 6 years from now. I think right now it's just being able to take care of your body and seeing where things go.
So I don't know about you, but me personally, I feel like it doesn't seem all that long ago being in Paris, but the 2024 Olympics are in memories now, and it means it's time for you to return to UCLA. Was that a hard decision for you to make?
No, it honestly wasn't a hard decision. Ever since even before my first Olympic Games, I always wanted to go, to UCLA and go to college and do college gymnastics because it does give you a different effect. They give you something, not a lot of people may see from you, and especially knowing that you have different sides, different personalities, different, atmospheres that you can put yourself into. So it wasn't a hard decision at all. I knew even going into Paris that I was like, okay, after Paris, or even if I don't make Paris, like I'm still going to go back to school and, enjoy those last 2 years. I had a scholarship for 4 years, so might as well fulfill my duty and done what I felt like I wanted to do. So it's really cool. I love it. I can't wait for the 25 season, and hopefully everybody gets to enjoy it as much as I do.
Yeah. We recently saw Simone Biles posted about how Pilates was actually quite hard for her to do, which kind of surprised me. So I want to know from your perspective, is there something that everyone enjoys or everyone assumes is easy for a gymnast, but is actually kind of really hard for you guys?
I think definitely I can say Pilates is probably one of those things, or even just lifting weights. We don't lift actual weights. We lift our own body. So it's really hard to just go into a weight room and being like, oh yeah, I can deadlift this, that, and the other. No, we have to get our muscles trained to do that. So I definitely think people kind of, put this perspective that just because we flip and do all this stuff, we can do everything else. No, that's not true. We actually all of our stuff is mental. Our mind tells our body what to do. It's like, when a little kid is trying to learn how to ride a bike, their mind is telling their feet to pedal and, their hands to be put on the brake. So that's how it is as gymnasts. So I definitely can say out of everything, it's probably Pilates. I do yoga in college. So yoga is really, fun and all, but I've tried Pilates before. No, never
Not easy, I know.
easy. It's not easy. It's not, but I give kudos to everybody who does it, but I'm sorry, not me. I can't do that. I'd rather go lift.
There you go. Yeah, right. Fair enough. I'm sure you know this too, but obviously Olympians took over this year, especially Ilana Maher and Steven Nadarosik on Dancing with the Stars. And I know Simone finished fourth in her season and Shawn Johnson won years ago, but if they came knocking, do you think that's something you do? Do you have pretty good dance moves?
A lot of people say I have really good dance moves. I like dancing. I like, being involved in like that area. If I told myself, if I wasn't an athlete, I would definitely be in the dance music, area of things. But honestly, if they came knocking at my door, I think it'd be really cool. I've watched Dancing with the Stars for a very, very long time since, I could remember. I did watch Shawn Johnson's season. I did watch Steven and I watched that whole, time frame. So if they did come knocking at my door, I definitely would say yes. And, I don't know, you guys might see me at some point in time.
Hey, that's amazing. Well, I want to tell you congratulations on your new memoir coming out, I'm That Girl. It's going to be out in 2025. What was that experience like for you? And maybe what was one of the hardest points about talking about yourself in the book?
This memoir was something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was little. I told my parents, one day I want to write a book about my story, and I only wanted to do that because my life from the very beginning of being a little kid was already crazy. I'm a miracle child. I'm a rainbow baby. Like there's a lot of things that already I'm named after Michael Jordan. So those stories are things that I felt like people, should actually read coming from the person explaining. And I think it's just going to be very impactful. It's about, the love and the resilience, not only within myself, but also to everybody on the outskirts. The hardest part, I think, was, understanding that this story is my life and that whether or not, they're me writing it and me going through it. Yes, there were times where I was crying. And yes, there were times that, I had to rethink of things that happened in the past. So it was definitely hard to get those, those notes and those memories out, but when eventually I did, now I can say like this memoir is something that is my life. It's my story. It's something that nobody else can write except for myself. And my dad always told me, things that happen, you live and you learn, are lessons that you're going to be able to put in your book. You're writing your book. So these are just chapters that you can finally fulfill and give out. So it's gonna be, I think it's gonna make people cry. I cried just reading, the forward that my best friend wrote. I was just like, this is crazy. This is, something that as a little kid you dream of to hopefully one day be able to put onto in the world. So now that it's out, you can pre-order it. It's crazy to know that I'm on the front of a book cover. Like it's just, you never know how truly blessed you are until you actually do the things that you're doing.
For you personally, how much longer do you think gymnastics is going to be in your life, or how long you think you're going to be competing for?
Oh, honestly, I don't even know. I can't even really, now the world of gymnastics has kind of given a different perspective of longevity. And with me, Simone, and like the other girls on the team, longevity has been seen being able to be 27 like Simone and compete and do all these things. And if you have the proper training, the proper, coaches, and you're taking care of your body, I feel like you can be in gymnastics for a very long time. Now, for myself, I never know when it's going to end. I don't know any of that. It could be next week or it can be 5 6 years from now. I think right now it's just being able to take care of your body and seeing where things go. So who knows when Jordan will be done, and I don't know when that will be.
Yeah. Right? I know you might not know exactly what Simone's going to be doing, but do you think she is going to compete in 2028 in LA when it comes back to the States?
I don't know, honestly. I think right now she's just focusing on her husband being in the NFL, like going, in Chicago and all this stuff. And she is definitely taking time to be herself. You guys have probably seen her all over social media. I love being able just to see her on red carpets and, being at events and speaking and stuff like that. We always talk back and forth about each other, kind of being like, okay, so what are you doing today? And I'm like, okay, so what are you doing today? She's like, I'm over here. I'm like, okay, so it's really cool being able to have a best friend who kind of has the same understanding of, yes, we have a life, but also we do have a sport, and it's really cool to be able to connect in that way. So as of right now, I'm pretty sure, she's doing amazing, great things. And she just is focusing on the fact that she did just come off an amazing tour. And everybody is probably talking about that with her. And it's really cool just to see that not only was she able to do that 2 times, but she's able to, continue to inspire the younger generation.
Hey sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.